Won't stop, get guap. 10 white toes and them toy flip flops. Manicures and pedicures, I'm always tip top. When they say I'm not hot, all these lies need to stop. Cause I'm
Hey guys, it's your girl Tony Ann, and I'm back with my second video. I can't believe I'm actually doing this here, actually recording for you guys. You know, I posted my first video with my best friend and I enjoyed it. I liked it. I always wanted to do YouTube. I always wanted to do makeup, do story times, all of that, but I kind of got discouraged because I felt like you guys probably didn't like the videos. I don't know. I got really discouraged and I was like, you know what, maybe YouTube is not my thing, it's not my forte, so I'm just not gonna do it anymore. But then I started realizing, I was like, I really like YouTube, I really want to do it, this is something that I really do want to pursue. Why not try and post another video? Okay guys, we're back and I'm gonna be explaining how steps I made and what happened along my, not just my high school career, but my school career in general and where I am today. So as I was growing up, you know, my mom, she got her master's and her bachelor's in education, so she can spend more time with me, she can have the same days off as me, and we can basically bond. Yeah, she became a teacher, and it was kind of great because she became a teacher and I would always end up in the same school as her. So that was also really great because anytime I needed her, anytime I needed something, she was always there. She was always in the same school as me. So that was really cool. And not only that, she was a teacher, so she could tutor me, she could help me with my homework, she can go and talk to the teachers easily for me. I was always used to her being right there beside me, right in the same building as me, in the same school. So it was honestly really helpful that she was a teacher. She got really sick with cancer in her legs, and it kind of changed everything around pretty much. When she got sick, you know, I didn't have that mother figure at my school anymore. She wasn't there for me to just go to when I needed her. She wasn't there when teachers would give me a hard time. She wasn't there. So not only was she not there, but when I needed help with school, I did not have it. I couldn't just go to anybody because I was so used to my mom teaching me. It was really hard for me and it was really sad, and I got into a big depression and I got really sad that she wasn't there as she used to be. I started not focusing on school as I should have. I wasn't doing everything I should have been doing at that time, and when 6th grade was done, my mom realized that. Even though she was sick, she realized that, and she did not want me to continue going to school, and I did not understand what was going on. So because of that, my mom repeated me. And at that time, when you're young, you're in 6th grade, you're about, what, 13 years old, you do not want to repeat a grade. That's the worst thing you can ever do, is repeat a grade and have your friends go on to the next grade and you're not. That's absolute worst thing ever. But now that I look back at it, I'm actually really grateful that I did, because it matured me and it brought me to do better. You know, it drove me a little bit harder. I was older, I had more experience, I'd been seeing this stuff a couple of times, so it kind of matured me instead of me looking at it as it was this worst thing. But it helped me. So I started doing a lot better for middle school, and then 8th grade came around the corner and I was doing well in 8th grade also, and then 8th grade summer came around and my mom passed away. So when my mom passed away, it was like I was reliving everything all over again, with school, with actually not having a mother there, and everything just seemed to cave in a lot. Going into high school, I always wanted my mom to be there. I wanted someone to support me. I wanted someone to be that shield, and I was hoping that my mom would be there eventually and that she was gonna get better so we can go to the same school again, that she can help me with my schoolwork, and that everything will just basically go back to normal. But normal did not happen. My mom passed away, and it brought me back into the depression all over again. Got me really sad all over again, got me really anxious all the time. But thank God, instead of turning for the worst like what I did last time, I actually did way better. So going into 9th grade and 10th grade, I did excellent. I got all A's and B's. I was on my A game, never failed a class, and I was just on my A game. I was doing really well. And then 11th grade came around. And 11th grade, I met a boy in my high school. He went to the same high school as me. At that time, I was a junior. He was a senior. And he was my world. Like, I revolved everything. Like, everything revolved around him. And it's not his fault. He's a great person. I'm still friends with him. I'm still cool with him. But as young as I was, I made him a priority. And not saying that you should not put your partner as one of your priorities, but you should always come first before anyone. And I didn't know that. And I put him as my main priority. I would help him graduate. I would help him do certain things for senior year. And I didn't so much do that for me. I put myself on the back burner, and I would cater to him and his needs. And not only him, but our relationship in general. So if we were fighting, I would go out of class and I would go to meet him, and I would go to talk with him and try to fix things. I would go and skip class and have lunch with him. I would do a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, and it really affected me later down the line. It affected me and put myself in a position where I didn't really care about school anymore. I was doing my thing. I wasn't getting bad grades, but compared to what I was doing 9th grade and 10th grade, I was getting bad grades, if you know what I mean. Going from all A's and B's to all of a sudden C's, all C's, like, that's pretty bad, you know? So I wasn't doing as well. But you know, it happens. You learn from your mistakes and you go on. So going into 12th grade that summer, I found out that there were things called requirements, and I had no idea that I needed requirements in order to graduate. So it's actually 2 requirements, one for math and one for reading. So basically, if you don't have your requirement for reading and you don't have your requirement for math, you have to keep on taking those tests in order to get that requirement. And if you don't get that requirement by the time your senior year of you graduating, then you just don't graduate. It's that simple. So you basically get a big certificate that says completion of high school, but not diploma. So I found that out. I found out that I did not have my reading requirement. I had my math requirement, but I didn't have my reading requirement. So of course I had no choice but to buckle down and try to figure out how I was going to get my requirement. So going into senior year, I signed up for ACTs, I signed up for SATs. Every single month, I would be taking another SAT or ACT. So at this time, I was working, and it was hard. It was hard to juggle work plus school. And not only the fact that it was just regular schoolwork, I also had to get this requirement. So it was really, really hard to juggle both. Thank God that my job was a seasonal job, so it only lasts about from October to like January. So thank God, you know, it was seasonal and I finished working so I could focus more on school. So at this point, I was focusing more on school, and I was going to take these ACTs, going to take these SATs, and I saw that there was only 3 months left of school, and I still did not have my reading requirement. It was hard. It was like, what else do I do, you know? But nonetheless, I kept on trying, and I kept on pushing myself in order to get to where I wanted to be. So it came down to 1 month left of school, and I remember that it was one test left for me to do, and it was also one score left for me to receive. So it's either I passed that score that I got, or I failed it, and I would have to take another test that month, and hoping that I would pass that one. So the test results came in and I failed. I was hurt. I was devastated. I was sad. I couldn't believe that, like, I was so close yet so far, because I was 2 points away from the score, and I was devastated. I was so sad. I didn't understand why I wasn't getting it. And I started going to church. I started, praying more and asking God, like, what's going on? And it got to a point where it was literally like, okay, if I'm not supposed to graduate, then I guess that's not my destiny. And I looked at it like that. But I kept on going to church. I kept on praying about it. And it just, like, was really disappointing to me that I just couldn't do it. And I didn't have time to get sad. It was like I couldn't, I had one more test to take. I needed to suck it up and take that test and see if I was going to be able to graduate. So one day I went in class and my teacher said to me, "Did you check your test scores?" And I said, "Yeah, I didn't pass, so I'm gonna have to take the other test." She said, "What are you talking about, Tony? And you did pass." And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So she sat me down in her desk and she said, there is another section to the test that a lot of people didn't know about, and if I got that score, we passed. So we checked that score and I passed it. So I was totally excited. I was like, thank God I passed. I'm able to graduate with my class. Like, it's the best feeling ever. And that's probably one of my best moments by far, because it's like all of that stress, all of that anxiety was just like, and I was so thrilled, so excited. Like, it so makes me so emotional, because it's like, wow, I did that, and it's because I was persistent. It's because I wanted it. It's because I told myself that no matter what, I was going to do it. And you guys are probably wondering why I made a video like this, why I'm explaining this, and it's the simple fact that persistence is key. When you want something, you really push yourself. You really try to find a motivation to get you to that point. So guys, let me know in the comments how you kept on pursuing your dreams, or what you wanted to do in order to get where you're at today. You can comment down below. You can also DM me on Twitter at _Tonioni, TONIOHNI, or you can even DM me on Instagram, same @name, everything will be listed down in the description in case you get confused or any of that. I'm glad you guys watched my video, so I'll see you guys back for my next video, and bye guys. Mwah. Bye.